I ain't gonna lie, my boy Mark has made a lot of money since this Diddy verdict has gotten announced. I was gonna toss it to you because I know we had a discussion without you to see if you had anything you wanted to say. But since the verdict has been announced, Mark has been on an absolute live stream tear.
Yeah, 11,000
people. And because I support
there.
Marc Lamont, I clicked in one of them shits. I wasn't in there for more than 3 seconds before I seen some nigga named Doug send up $24.99. Mark talking about, oh, thanks so much, brother.
You have no idea how much.
Thank you, brother. And as he was thanking Doug, another little ching, papa, $5.99. Oh, thank you so much, Sister Lamont. Me and her worked together at the ministry, some of the youth houses we went around to speak to. Then there was another ching. I was like, yo, this motherfucker is just sitting here.
You have no idea
raking in the dough.
You have no idea how much this sincerely means to me.
Yeah, with that fake humble, fake
you got
gratitude.
a spiel. What's your
shit.
spiel?
I don't have a spiel, man. I'm just grateful to the people, man.
No, you have a spiel.
Independent black media, man.
There's a lot of people in this shit too. 11,000, 12,000.
You count?
Damn,
yeah, I did. I have to.
Oh, you don't?
I am. I am.
I ain't mad at it. Look, I don't look at the numbers. It's not about the numbers.
Who there? You don't know who there. Like,
yeah,
it's just doing your job.
I'm just doing my job. It's about the message.
Giving the message to the people.
Do you want to speak about the justice that was served?
You know, I've had more time in the last 48 hours to like look at the details of the case and to think about it more. And I'm just as conflicted as I was before, but in a different way. You know, I believe that he met the legal standard for guilty for all of them. I still do. And the more I look, the more I feel that way. But I also hate the RICO thing, right? Like I said weeks ago, like that's an overreach. It's used to get the wrong people. It was meant for the mafia. It wasn't meant for this. Yeah. Ultimately, do I think he's guilty of the prostitution crime? Of course. I mean, I think that was the easy. We all said that was like the layup. That was the easy one. But now he's looking at potentially 20 years for that. As an abolitionist, I don't even think prostitution should be illegal. So I damn sure don't think somebody should be getting 20 years.
As a Virgo, I don't think it should be illegal.
As a horny person,
as a man, I don't think it should be illegal.
I think as a man.
So I'm in this place where, and this is why I don't like the prison as the measure of accountability. That's why this is why I'm largely against prisons, because Diddy needs a lot of accountability. He needs to do a lot of repair. He's hurt a lot of people. He's harmed a lot of people. But putting him in prison for 20 years for prostitution, potentially as the max, to me doesn't even address the people he harmed. So I'm in this place where if they gave him time served or a year and a day, he basically came home, that wouldn't feel like justice to people. And I get that, because I get that, why I wouldn't. But him sitting in a cage for 20 years also doesn't look like justice to me. So to me, this is one of the situations where I just don't know what justice looks like. I don't know what winning looks like. And part of the problem is because the state did what the state does, which is that it overreaches, it criminalizes, it takes what could be civil problems and makes them criminal. It does all these things, and they become the decider of what justice is. And clearly, as we saw in this case, one, they didn't do a very good job, and two, they're not good deciders. So, yeah, I don't have any answers as much as say I hate all of it and I'm conflicted by all of it. You know.
All right, so in better words, free the homie.
I ain't saying that.
That's what you're saying. The homie's free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He is neither the homie nor free.
Free him till it's
you had his number. You
you
deleting his number?
No, I didn't delete his number. Why didn't he delete his number? We ain't talk anyway.
Just making sure.
Oh, he might have something to say to you.
No, he got something to say to Teray. Did y'all see Teray comment,
Yeah,
please?
we did.
Yeah.
Oh, you already, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that nigga. He said, I don't even want him in jail. I'm an abolitionist. Nigga, you ain't never been an abolitionist. Now everybody on the abolitionist line. He don't want that smoke.
You know, Tory said it was just journalism. He was just covering the story.
He said, I don't have an investment in who wins or who loses. I didn't care if he was guilty or innocent. I'm like,
did you?
18 months ago, he was like, he's guilty. He needs to be guilty. He needs to be in the jail forever.
He spoke highly about you, Tory.
Yeah, that's my man. I'm fucking. I already texted him to fuck with him about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my guy. I mean, we're actual friends in real life. But
Got it.
He's still shook right now. He's still ducking that smoke. I already teased him about it.
You think there's a world where Puff start pulling up on people that he didn't like the commentary?
1,000%.
Yeah. There's definitely a world where that happens.
You better keep going to the gym.
I'll be in the gym regardless, just because health is wealth.
Okay.
Well, whatever.
No, I'm just saying. He gonna be in there for a year. He in shape.
Listen,
You might need to win.
Listen, they can keep me out of it. I don't want nothing to do with nothing. The internet just like trying to put me in shit so they could tear me down. I'm cool. Joe, say something. I can't believe you said something. Who the fuck is you to say something? Wait. Nope, I don't have an opinion on shit.
What was the
All
over
that story, when the storage broke, I came over and said, hey, listen to podcasts. Boy, they tore me up when I said that shit.
Oh, you scared of
They
us?
tore me. I was just trying to tell people, hey, they get tablets, you know.
They just thought he wasn't coming home. Niggas started getting confident because they was like, I don't give a fuck. He can hear it. I say what I want to him.
Yeah,
They
I
thought
said that too. Hey, what y'all gonna do when he come home in the event that they don't lock him up forever?
Right.
I said all this. But I don't think he comes home on bullshit. I don't. I think he comes home to continue to do the work or start to do the work if he didn't.
I hope so.
Yeah, I do think that.
But that pull up on Teray could have been read two ways. It could have been read as, hey, brother, there's really nothing to worry
Or a threat.
about. Or a threat. Particularly since you could have just not
know-
said anything.
I know what you said.
Right.
It got back to me, and this is my way of letting you know that I know.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah. So
It's old school gangster shit.
That is old school gang. That's what I'm saying. It did make me feel like he's on the road to recovery when I heard that shit. I was like, oh, he's
Y'all
still,
play
he's
if
still a
you want.
bullshit.
Much love.
Right.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Love, brother.
Tell that brother there's no beef between us.
Yeah. Much love.
Oh, man.
So you don't feel anything needs to be expounded upon with regards to how you feel?
Say more.
Outside of just the prison, you don't believe it belongs in prison, but you don't really believe that he should have been not held accountable.
The problem is I don't believe the prison can ever hold people accountable.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So the question for me was, if I were the juror, what would I decide?
If they gave him 3 years,
I could live.
you would think that was fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Gotcha.
Anything more than 3. To be honest, if I were the judge right now, I would give him a year and a day on each count.
On each one?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
So consecutive, not
Consecutive, yeah, or 2 years to whatever. Like he would do 2 years, he would have already done one, and I'd do another. I just.
Would you have given him a bail if you were the judge?
What would be the point?
Would I give him a bail? That's an interesting. I don't really believe in bail.
That's why.
That's what I'm saying. As me, yeah, I gave him bail.
Okay.
The only time I think bail should be used, honestly, is if someone's a flight risk or a risk to harm people. Now you could argue that he is, but the problem with that is he wasn't found guilty of that. So now you're using the law for something he didn't. You know what I mean? You can't say, well, he blew up Cuddy's car, so you can't let him out. He didn't legally. He didn't blow up Cuddy's car.
So that's a good point. I never even thought about that. In the very beginning of the case, you can say, "Yo, he's a potential harm to people." But now that the case has been completed, you can't say, "Yo, dog, he's a harm to people," because he has. That's a good one.
But here's what the judge said about that. What the judge said about that, real quick. The judge said, in the trial, he's already even though he wasn't charged with it, he admitted to being violent and these things in the testimony. That the defense even conceded that. But that's a slippery slope and a very dangerous.
Because that's saying that basically, if you give him a year and a day,
right?
That 367th day. If you held him based on the fact that he is violent and could potentially commit these acts, that don't stop on the 380th day.
And that's where the state will rely on the lie that they're
trying to use that to keep
rehabilitative.
it longer.
That if we put him in jail for a year, he'll be corrected and then he'll come out okay. But we can't let him out until we fix him. And prisons don't fix nobody.
That's a contradiction.
And that's the bullshit. But that's the bullshit. That's the argument that they're going to make.
New Joe Budden.